Today, I made over $12,000 day trading NASDAQ and Bitcoin. I'm going to break down every single trade that we took today. I'm super stoked. We had been having some pretty consistent red days, so I'm very excited to get back into the rhythm of hopefully having some green days. My 1 minute kill shots model that I've been building out has been excellent on Bitcoin, absolutely killing it. This week we'll actually be loading up a live account and we'll no longer be paper trading because October's here. We finished out the month green when it comes to trading Bitcoin on the paper trading, and I'm really confident in this model now, and I'm really liking it. It's done excellent over this last month, and so I'm ready to now put my money where my mouth is and actually live trade it. So look out for that. Watch our live streams if you want to stay in the know of what's going down, or join our Discord. Also follow us on Instagram. I keep my Instagram pretty active and up to date. So let's get into the trade recap. We're going to start with NASDAQ, and then we're going to break down the Bitcoin trades that we took. NASDAQ was one and done. Bitcoin, we ended up taking 3 trades, which is the max trades we can take a day, and we ended both assets green. So let's get into it. Let's see how the trades work. Here's NASDAQ today. NASDAQ ended up being pretty bullish in the beginning of the market open. I was more looking for short opportunities when it came to NASDAQ. Today, we ended up taking a long that played out, and we did end up green. But I wasn't super stoked to take longs today. One, because we're almost at all-time highs. And two, price was very choppy in the beginning here. And I wanted to see price, especially when you look at the 1 hour, I wanted to see price come and retrace this big 1 hour movement before we were going up, because this isn't very strong momentum to the upside. We did break this structure, but I wanted to see some retracement, especially after we already hit this external range of liquidity, before we go and attack all-time highs again. So I was a little bit more biased on the short side, but I'm not going to let my bias dictate whether or not I take my trade or not. And I'll break down what was the trade opportunity we took and what was it. It was actually a long. So as you can see right here, we have this 5-minute low. Price came on this 10:20 a.m. candle, swept this low right here. Let me mark it out for you so it's clear. We swept this low, failed to displace it. And so right immediately for me, I'm looking for my first inverse fair value gap. Okay, so now when we go back to the down to the 1 minute, we're looking for that inverse fair value gap. And as you can see, price right here gave us an inverse fair value gap. We inversed it on this candle. I put my buy limit right on the top of this, inverse fair value gap. Stops were down below, originally down all the way at this low. Stops were down there, and then we were targeting a 2R. So our original target was 2R. We did not make that. We actually were stopped out in profit because I was being pretty aggressive in today's trade. 2R. So that was the original stop loss and TP target. I wanted to target that external range liquidity to see if we would then go target all-time highs today. And as you can see, it did not do that and actually ended up flipping on us. And I wasn't, and the thing I was kind of bummed about, there was no opportunity for me to take a short. It didn't sweep these liquidity highs before it pushed down. It didn't do anything that would have given me a signal. So I was kind of bummed. Why did I move my stop loss up? First, when I saw us displace up above here, breaking above the having market structure shift, inverting this fair value gap, I moved my stop loss to this low right here, cutting off pretty much all my risk. I had nothing risk on the table at this point, and price was moving up. We inverted this fair value gap. I was like, okay, I want to see price now starting to be aggressive, and if it's not going to be aggressive, I think it's going to go lower. And so I was letting price kind of play out, and as you can see right in this area, price failed to displace this high on the 1 minute. As soon as I saw price here fail to displace these highs 1, 2, 3, 4 times right here, I said, okay, if we attack this 1 minute low, I think it's going to go much lower. And I don't think we're going to actually get that displacement to the upside to target this external range liquidity. And as you can see, price failed to displace above those highs. Even here again for a 5th time, failed to displace those highs. Then we get this candle here that stopped us out at our trailing stop loss at this 1 minute low. I was being very aggressive because one, price was pretty choppy. And at this point, I was like, I want to see price be aggressive. I don't want to see it continue to chop. If it's going to continue to chop, either we're just going to be in a choppy market and I don't want to just sit around and chop, or it's going to flip on me. And as you can see, it flipped on me, never gave me an entry signal to go short. And so it flipped on me, and the trade ended up still being green. Let me show you the P&L on this trade. This trade ended up making us $12,526.20. Now, this is funded accounts and also some evals I am trying to accomplish. So evals, I am a little bit more aggressive. So the P&L is a little bit larger because I am going for my evals. And again, I am an Apex affiliate. So if you would like to also get some evals going on Apex, we have a sale going on for 80% off all evals. Up until I think the sale ends tomorrow. Okay, so if you'd like to take advantage of that, use the link down below in the description or use code Maniac when you go and sign up for an Apex account, and you will get 80% off all your evals, $85 activation fees, and $50 resets, 1 day to pass. So go ahead and use that Apex affiliate link. That's what I'm using pretty much on all my accounts. I use Apex, Take Profit Trader, TradeFi, and then a personal TradeAway Live account. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with today. $12,526 on the day of green. Now let's break down Bitcoin and see how Bitcoin performed today and what were the 3 trades that we took. Okay, here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin, just like NASDAQ, was very bullish this morning. Very bullish. It had a pretty aggressive move, hit a lot of day highs that were up here. And pre-market open was amazing. I mean, very, very good trade. Like, you made a lot of money on this move if you were able to take it. But for me, I ended up taking 3 trades right within here, and I'll show you what happened. So the first trade that we took was a long, okay? Price here, as you can see on this 11:50 a.m. candle on Bitcoin, swept below this low. And as soon as I saw it sweep that low, I dropped down to the 1 minute. And as you can see on the 1 minute, we had an inverse fair value gap, which is funny, which is really weird because on this chart, so on this chart here, it shows there's not a fair value gap here. But on the other chart I have, there's not a fair value gap here on this chart, but on my actual exchange chart, I'll show you right here, there is a little fair value gap right here. There's a little fair value gap. And on this candle here, on the 8:54 a.m. candle, as soon as it closed, inverted this little fair value gap, I entered that long. Now, I was being a little aggressive here on this long. I moved stops up at pretty much at break even. It was at this little 1 minute like displacement as it's moving up. Or no, it was on this 5 minute inverse fair value gap right here. We inverted this big 5 minute fair value gap on this candle right here, this 9 a.m. candle. And as soon as we inverted that candle there, I moved my stops to the bottom of the inversion. So on the bottom of this inversion right here, as you can see, price came and wicked me out on this candle right here. Wicked me out and then ran up to my take profit. A little bit lesson learned there with Bitcoin. Let it play out. What I found with 1 minute kill shots on Bitcoin, they're pretty accurate and they hit TP fairly quickly. And so I moved stops aggressively and we ended up at break even. This one only made us, I mean, I consider this break even. It was $6.45. It was a very, very small win, but for me, that's pretty much just a break-even trade and got tapped out. And it would have, if I would have not been so aggressive on my stop loss, it would have hit 2R and we would have been able to at least lock in a little bit more and been one and done for Bitcoin. But instead, we're at break-even, and I took 2 more trades after that. So what came after that? So let's go back to 5 minute on Bitcoin. Bitcoin then on this candle here at the 12:10 a.m. candle or 12:10 p.m. candle and 12:15 a.m. candle. As you can see, they failed to displace these highs right here. They wick above these highs right here. So I dropped down to the 1 minute and I waited for the first inverse fair value up. And as you can see, we got it right here on this candle. Stops go up to this high, and our first take profit would have been at 2R. Okay, and as you can see, price move pretty aggressively. Like, it was looking really good. And I was like, okay, I think our TP should be hit here. And I was more biased, just like NASDAQ, I was very biased to take shorts today on Bitcoin. I really want to take shorts because I thought Bitcoin on the 1 hour and on the ranges that were on Bitcoin, I knew it was going to want to retrace before it continued its move up. So I was really wanting to capture a short and capture that retracement. This one ended up not working out. I left my stops at the high here. I didn't want to be aggressive like I was over here because that bit me in the butt. And so I left my stops up here. As you can see, it ended up stopping me out. And I took on that trade, I took a $62.87 loss. So that left us red for the day, about $58, $59 red, or no. Yeah, about in the $50 range of red for the day. So that one was a bigger loss. And then I was watching, I was like, okay, we got one more bullet for the day. I want to see what happens. Then right after we had that 5 minute expansion, this 5 minute candle gave us another wick, a fail to displace above these highs. So I was like, okay, that's a third confirmation that price does not want to go higher. It is failing to displace any of these highs up here. So I dropped down to the 1 minute, and I saw that before the 5-minute candle closed, this candle was already inverting fair value gaps. So I waited for that 5-minute candle to completely close because I wanted to see how that candle closed before I actually executed my trade. Once that 5-minute candle closed, I market sold on this candle right here. This is about the candle that closed on the 5-minute right here. Or I think it was this one right here. We closed, stops were at the swing high, and we targeted 2R. Okay? We targeted 2R. And as you can see, it hit our take profit fairly quickly, right? It took only 4 minutes to hit TP. Then I had our trailing stop loss, trailing 5-minute order blocks. So this was our 5-minute order block. And as you can see, price came back up here, tapped us out. I still think price might go lower on Bitcoin, but that trade there, that final trade we took where we got trailing and stopped out, made $85.69. So we're about green, about $30-ish for the day on Bitcoin, and I'm done for the day. I took my 3 trades. We're green, $30+ for the day. I'm happy with that, and I'm not going to get greedy. I'm not going to keep trying to catch trades today and make a losing day, a green day red. So I'm very happy with that. Again, 1-minute kill shot, very happy. I'm kind of bummed I was a little aggressive on this one. This one should have been one and done. 2R, we would have been probably green about $80-ish for the day instead of like 30. But I'm still glad we're able to finish the day green overall. And if you would like to also trade on WEEX, the platform that I use, right now we're running a 20% deposit bonus and some futures trading deposit bonuses. So if you would like to utilize that, use the link in my bio and use code Maniac if you would like to take advantage of any of the rewards that I have going on WEEX. Go sign up, go deposit, and get 20% of whatever you deposit back. So if you put in $1,000, you'll get $200 back to utilize for your account. So go ahead, use that. Links down below, or use code Maniac for that one also. Well, thank you so much for watching this trade recap. I hope it's helpful. I hope these trade recaps kind of showcase to you what is going on in my head, what is my model, what do I wait for, and is this working or not? And today it worked. We've kind of been on a red streak, so I'm hoping that, with this 1-minute kill shot model that I've been using, I'm hoping we can kind of turn that around. I'm loving that we're starting this week off green and not red. So I'm hoping we can keep it going. If you can, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions or you want any more information from me, or there's something you'd like to cover in one of these videos. I would greatly appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.